Hello, everybody. Back again for episode 2 of The Buzz at Honey Girl Farms. This week I have a bit of an update. So, I want to share those new yarns that are going to, well, at least some of them, that are going to be in the update on Friday. I'll be dyeing a couple more tomorrow. And those will be some of the new Outlander colorways. So, new Outlander colorways are coming, and they're probably going to continue to be added all summer long. With that, I've had to discontinue, or at least temporarily discontinue, a few of the colors that are existing to make room for the new colors. Otherwise, I could do a show and the entire booth would be full of nothing but Outlander. And well, I have other collections too that people really like, such as Doctor Who and um, Game of Thrones, which is one that is going to continue to expand like Outlander. So um, maybe one day I'll be able to afford like a big quad booth. I don't know. But for now, I've got to be a little bit picky on what I have and that sort of thing. So, what is being discontinued, just so you know, so you can go to the website and grab up what's left, is Louise de Rohan, Mary Hawkins, Claire Lady in Red, Claire Emeralds and Sapphires, Claire in the Garden, and Claire Lady in Paris. So those are all being discontinued. I may bring them back as a limited run some other time, but for now, they are temporarily going away. Because I'm sure this season's going to be full of a bunch of great new colors. So don't be too sad. There will be wonderful colors coming out the rest of the summer and through the fall season. Also, with Game of Thrones, this Friday's update is Night's Watch. So Night's Watch includes Jon Snow, Samwell Tarly, Commander Mormont, and let's see, who else did I do? Well, also the Night's Watch sigil. And then for Outlander, I've only done the first one. The rest of them I'm going to work on tomorrow, and I'm kind of trying to decide still who I'm going to do tomorrow. But I've done Lord John Grey, and I know a lot of you have been waiting for that one to come out. So I will preview it today so you can see what that looks like and, buy them all this weekend, which would be wonderful. So the first one I've already given a preview on the website of this color. And that is Jon Snow. And that's this one here. It's really pretty. There's lots of different colors in here. And so go check it out. It's gorgeous and you need it. Along with that, I didn't just do, that is in Silky Sock, by the way. And it's a beautiful 75-25 superwash merino mulberry silk. And it's a gorgeous yarn to work with. It's not quite, like I said last week, not quite as soft as the Supreme Sock. That one's just heavenly. But it is very nice to work with. It's nice and soft. And that one runs 34. And then another one that I did, this is Jon Snow as well, but I also did it in the silky mohair. So these two together, they're the same colorways. They just dye up differently on the different bases. And actually, if you're looking for patterns to use with like those two together, Andrea Mowry has a great pattern. It's the, of course, I'm going to go blank and forget which one it is. Um, oh, I gotta look. Man, I think I'm getting old. I can't remember anything these days. It's the Birds of a Feather kit, or Birds of a Feather shawl. I'm sorry, I read it straight off my website. But anyway, the Andrea Mowry pattern called Birds of a Feather is a great one to use, a silky fingering that has a nice drape to it, as well as the silky mohair. Um, it takes two of each, so two silky mohair and two silky sock to do that pattern. And I have somebody making one up for me, that hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to share it with you. Also, another one I did. Now, Samwell Tarley's, I didn't name it Samwell Tarley. I named it A Craven and His Books. So that is this one here. Basically, what I was trying to achieve was kind of the books. A lot of things are browns and variations of browns in both Outlander and in Game of Thrones. So I kind of feel like I'm an expert on brown. So if you like neutrals and natural and kind of natural colors like that, browns and neutrals and all that kind of stuff, I have a lot to choose from. So definitely head on over to the shop and check those out. I can't wait to get some examples knit up and stuff in all of these various Game of Thrones yarn. Obviously, I just dyed them like yesterday, so there's none to show you quite yet, but they will be here so you can see. Also, just so you know, on the website there is a great gallery page, and a good friend of mine who's helping me out with the website has been adding photos of finished objects to the website, and with links to the patterns if there is a link to the pattern or we know what the pattern actually is. So you can see examples of finished objects in many of the different colorways. Also in quite a few of the bases as well. So definitely take advantage of that and head on over to sheepandhoney.com, go down to select the gallery and go down to finished objects and examples, and you can just scroll through and there's a ton of them in there. So definitely go and check that out. This next colorway that I'm going to show you is the Old Bear. Basically, it's Commander Mormont. And so I know it's going to be hard to see specifically the colors that are in this just because of lighting, and the camera lighting isn't necessarily. Here, I'll white out myself and maybe it'll make it easier to see some of these colors here. But it's mostly got some grays and browns and blacks and a darker blue. It's a really pretty color as well. Wow, I look white now. Like translucent white. Okay, anyway. So, this next one is what a lot of people have been waiting for. And this one is Lord John Grey. So this is Lord John Grey on Supreme Sock. And it is just a really pretty color, and I'm probably going to work it up into something. But it's got the tan, so this isn't the natural yarn color. It's actually a tan. And then it's got his vest colors, kind of the aqua, lighter green. And then his cuffs being more like a burnt orange, rusty brown kind of color. So that color is in there as well. I also did that one in a silky mohair, and actually it turned out my favorite is the silky mohair version. So be interesting to see if any of you want to get this all knitted up so I can see what it looks like, and that would be fabulous. So here you go. This is Lord John Grey in silky mohair. And in Supreme Sock as well. And there's lots of colors in there. I also did a couple, I don't know if you want to call them anarchy type colors. Basically, I needed to get in the mood to dye this week, so I just threw some colors in the pot and I didn't write it down, so these are completely unrepeatable. There are only 5 available in each of these colors, and they will be part of the Friday evening update, which will be at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this one here, and I love it, by the way, but I don't remember what was thrown in the pot, so it can't be repeated. I could try, but we'll see. Anyway, so right now this is an anarchy colorway. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is on a single ply 100% superwash merino yarn in fingering weight, and there will be 5 of them available Friday at 6 p.m. The other one I actually put together on a specialty base as well. So this is Alpaca Baby Lace, which is a beautiful soft yarn. And there's only 5 of these as well. And so it's kind of a buttery yellow color with pinks and blues and purples speckled on there. So very pretty, very soft and summery, and alpaca is soft, and so I picked soft colors to put on it. So hopefully you guys like all those. I also have a few new bases, not that I need to add any more bases for those of you who know how many bases I actually do have. One of these days I will take a picture or a video when I finish the dye shop to where it doesn't look like a construction zone. I will take you guys on a tour of the dye shop and let you see all the many bases that Crazy Me decided to carry. So, and I still carry those. I don't dye all of them regularly. There is a page on the website that allows you to go in and see what all the bases are. I still need to add some of these newer ones, but I'll be taking photos and getting those added in with prices, hopefully by the end of this week. So you can go through the yarn descriptions page. If you go to the shop on the website, and then go down to yarn descriptions, that page will allow you to see all the different bases I carry and how much they are, and their specs and specifics and all of that kind of stuff. So if you go to shop and you see, okay, I see a name for this base, but what the heck is it? I do have a page dedicated to all of the different yarns. And this also will allow you to special order any of those yarns that you'd like. And when you special order, you can use the custom order listing, and that'll let you go in and type in whatever you want as a custom order. So you select your base, how many, and then tell me what colorway that you would like that base dyed up in. And there's just tons and tons and tons to choose from. But some of the new bases, because I know some people have been asking. Because I've been struggling so much getting my standard Silky DK back in, I decided to try a different one from somewhere else. So I will have a new an additional type of Silky DK. I haven't named this one yet. It just arrived today. That is actually a 50-50 superwash merino and silk yarn. It's very nice, very pretty, very shiny. It'll have lots of nice drape. So it'll be another option for when I can't get my regular Silky DK in. So there's that. Also, a lot of people have been asking for shawl length skeins. So I have an 80-20 superwash merino silk 2-ply yarn that is 600 yards. So it's a shawl length skein. I'm going to throw it to the designers that I work with too and see how they like it. And that may be a great option for some of our knit-alongs. There was a base that quite a few people really liked that has been discontinued called Mersilk DK, and it was close to a 50-50 superwash merino mulberry silk yarn, and it was a single ply. So we're going to try out this one here. Really pretty. It's a single ply as well. It's 40% superwash merino, 40% alpaca, and 20% silk. So that'll be nice to see how that dyes up. And I wanted to add some more DK options into the mix. And also, y'all know that my luxury sock base is my merino cashmere nylon. So now we are adding merino cashmere nylon in DK weight, so luxury DK and luxury Aran. So you'll have more options for that with those bases. But don't forget to go and actually check out the yarn descriptions page and check out all the different bases that are options for you to get dyed up in whatever colorway you'd like. If you have a question on how any of those dye up, feel free to send me a message and ask. I'm happy to answer those questions for you. And I know some people were asking for beekeeping tips. So I guess the question is, do you want beekeeping tips or do you want beekeeping bee facts? The facts are a little bit more fun and they're more interesting in my personal opinion. Beekeeping's a lot of fun. You just want to try not to get stung. Bees will not go out of their way to sting you. They don't want to sting you because if they sting you, they die. When they sting you, their little stinger goes in and they try to fly away and it pulls all the guts out of them. And that's just not fun. It's not appealing. If you look close, if you've ever gotten stung, you see their poor little intestines sticking to the stinger in your hand. And see, nobody wants to die when they sting you, so they don't sting you unless they feel like you're a threat. Also, if you do get stung, you don't want to tweeze it out or pinch it out because you're going to squeeze the rest of the venom into your skin, which is going to make you react even more. So you want to scratch it out. If you scratch it out, then you're pulling it out from the stinger and not squeezing the venom sac into your skin. So as somebody that's been stung a few times, and I'm not allergic, but I'm highly reactive in the places that they sting me. So I have been stung like right here in the temple. That was that was an ugly day, literally quite ugly, because half my face swelled up. I couldn't see, it's like this big, and yeah, no, it's not cool. Um, I've been stung on my hand a couple times, and well, it my hand ends up looking like I took one of those latex or uh, gloves and just blew it up. Not very exciting. So of course I do keep an EpiPen, just in case, because if you get stung on the neck or somewhere that's actually going to swell up and keep you from breathing, that's not a good thing. So we do always keep EpiPens around just in case, and just in case somebody who is allergic who gets stung, that's there as a precautionary um, thing as well. But this is the year the bees are kind of going crazy. It's when the nectar flow is here. We had, I think, we had a hive die over this winter. So I think we've only got one hive left. So we're going to be splitting that one and hopefully getting more bees again, because I miss my bees. They're fun. Actually, more than the bees, I miss the honey. But technically I can't have honey right now anyway, so I guess I shouldn't complain. But another fact about bees is that they are the ultimate feminist creature. Basically, anybody who works in a hive is female. The males don't do anything. The only thing they do is fly up into the air and fertilize the queen bee and die. That's it. All the females work, and then so they produce the male bees to fertilize the queen bee. So she flies up and does her once in a lifetime mating flight, and about 11 or 12 male drone bees go and do their thing. They fertilize her, and then they immediately die. The ones that do their thing, they then immediately die. And then so why the hive produces so many drones, I'm not quite sure, but it could be mite control or something of that nature as well. But and then as it comes towards winter, they kill off all the drones because they're a waste of space, and they just eat and don't do anything. Where the females actually do stuff. They create the honey, they go fetch pollen and nectar and bring it to the hive and protect the queen and all of that good stuff. But so every fall they kill off all the drones so that they don't use up the honey stores for the bees to live through winter. Just other little fact about bees. Okay, so what else? Are you guys book readers? Because I like to read books. Right now I am reading a book about, well, social media and how to do all this stuff. So and to help my brand grow. And it's a great book. I will have to look it up and see what it's called, because I never remember these things. But it's a fantastic book so far. It's Gary Vee. I think that's what he's known for. But it's called Crushing It. I remembered. Crushing It. And it's a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. So far it's been wonderful. I still have a lot to go. So we'll see. But hopefully I'll learn a lot and continue to grow and expand and entertain y'all because I know how you love to all be entertained. So, what else can I show you? Oh, and just to share with you, I got this awesome, beautiful shawl pin. And I'm really bad about sharing things online that I buy until like late. Guilty as charged. But I do try to remember. But this beautiful shawl pin I got from a store called Ridiculously Cute on Etsy. Jen is the owner of the shop, and she does a really fabulous job on stitch markers and all kinds of stuff and jewelry. So there's her card, Ridiculously Cute on Etsy. I'm still working on that Harlow hat. I pulled it out again, so I am determined to get through that first section so I can continue to create this brioche thing. So I really want to get a hang of the brioche thing and get this knitted up. I still love these colors though, by the way. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just beautiful. See, look at all those deep jewel tones and stuff. And then this one's got some speckles in it, and it should really work well together. Another thing is, I don't know if I've ever mentioned what got me into yarn and dyeing. Just, and into all this kind of crazy stuff. Well, I've always been into color. Color is my thing. I'm not an artist in the traditional sense of drawing and painting and things of that nature. I can draw well enough, you can tell what it is, that sort of thing. I can paint okay, I guess, but nothing that's going to, create a career. So I tried lots of different things. I tie-dyed my parents' couch, and I painted the inside, colored the insides of all the closets and all that kind of fun stuff that kids do when they're trying to figure out be creative and all that kind of stuff. And I went to school for baking and pastry and art and design and cosmetology and what else did I major in at some point? Oh, history. So I've never been able to figure out what I wanted. So I know a little bit about a lot of different things, which is cool to me. I like knowing at least a little bit about a lot of different things. But basically, I took a permaculture course, and I am a certified permaculture designer. And I took a knitting course. I've been crocheting since I was relatively young. I taught myself for the most part. My mom showed me how to do a chain because that's all that she knew how to do. And so I learned how to do everything else past that point. So then I did that, and I went and studied all kinds of different things trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Cosmetology was probably the closest as far as dyeing hair. That was a lot of fun, but I hated cutting it, and I hated touching people's feet. That just absolutely disgusts me, by the way. And, doing manicure, I'm like, no, that's not what I want to do. I just want to color. I want to color people's hair or color stuff. And that's it. I don't want to do the rest of it. So that didn't work out real well for me. So, and then I took a knitting course, and with the permaculture and knitting, I'm like, well, then I have to get sheep. They're the perfect permaculture item. They're a dual purpose creature that can be used for both fleece and meat purposes and land management, and the list goes on. They're like just a perfect creature when you're talking about permaculture purposes. So I got sheep, and then, you know, the fleeces. I got the sheep that I started with are Corriedales. I love my Corriedales. I've been adding in I've got a Merino Ram now. He's kind of a butthead, but I like him anyway. He's got short man syndrome. My Corriedales are all bigger than he is, and he thinks he needs to. I know he's a ram, but he thinks he needs to ram everybody, all the females, all the guys. You're bigger than me. Boom. So he's kind of a butthead, but he's got a super nice fleece on him. So one of these times I will go out and do my show out in the field so you can meet all the sheep, even Butthead. Actually, that's not his name. That's okay. We've kind of gotten to start calling him that. But he will try to ram you from outside the fence too. So he's definitely one you got to be cautious when you're anywhere near him. We also have, there's chickens, and we have a guinea, and that thing is the noisiest creature alive. If you've ever had a guinea, they are just noisy as can possibly be. And then we've got the dogs, and I've got a golden doodle, which is Cooper, and he's a good little boy. And then I've got technically I've got one Great Pyrenees. My parents are my next door neighbors, so they help me with the farm, and Mom works for me. She's the one who does a lot of my packing and inventory management and all that kind of good stuff. So, so they help with all of that. And I was hoping Cooper would come out and visit, but he's kind of a lazy dog, and he's laying there with the fan blowing on his face. It's not hot in here. It's like 69 degrees or something. So it's very comfortable inside the house. But he's laying there with the fan blowing on his face. And if I walk in there, he'll roll on his back and want me to rub his belly, because that's just how he is. So anyway, hopefully I haven't rambled on for too long, gotten you guys bored or anything like that. I would still appreciate and love to hear all of your feedback on what you would like me to talk about, what you would like me to add to the presentation, and just let me know how I'm doing. This one wasn't quite as bad as the nerves as the last one, so hopefully they continue to get better and better as I figure out what I'm doing with these video logs and all of that kind of good stuff. So thank you for joining today, and I will be back again next week. And definitely go to the website, go check it out. There's tons of stuff all over the website. Project bags, there's yarn, yarn descriptions so you can see what all the bases are that I carry, and the gallery with all the finished objects and all that kind of good stuff. Go check it all out. There's lots of good stuff in there. www.sheepandhoney.com, and see ya.